short film relating to survival and ethics issues. Night Shift is the movie we want to talk about. At an airport at night, that big messy haired woman worked there as cleaning staff. She worked the night shift so she didn't have time to shower. She had to wash herself in a public toilet at the airport because she was about to be on duty. She had to be clean for work, combing her hair, wearing the staff coat. She wrapped up all the items she had just used, wiped the sink again. That was also the task she did every day here. She picked up the recharging phone by her side and went to work. Her work started from night to morning. The team leader cheerfully greeted her when they met, but she didn't even look at him. She just smiled faintly and continued to work with a bored expression. She did not want to say even a sentence. The woman always paid attention to the news of the flights and noticed it was time to call her husband, but nobody seemed to answer the phone. Perhaps the woman had got used to this happening. While she was cleaning the toilet, a group of beautiful flight attendants stand there putting on their makeup before takeoff. They laughed and said happily, not noticing that someone was watching them. This woman must have admired their beauty. She just thought that she did not fit the word pretty. Maybe this was also the youth she used to have. When a girl noticed the woman in the mirror, the awkward woman bowed down to focus on her work, waiting for them to leave. During the cleaning, the woman picked up the lipstick that the flight attendant left behind. She hesitated for a moment and didn't follow them to return it. She put the lipstick in her pocket instead. In the dining hall, the woman saw a depressed boy scrounging around for leftover pizza. She chased him away with her eyes, taking half of that leftover pizza for herself. At this moment, the leader came to ask her, "Would you like to eat something together?" She looked over and saw the boy just then. He was comforting his hungry sister. At that time, the woman felt a bit ashamed. She was definitely blaming herself too. But because of survival, she could not be kind anymore. She did not give them the pizza, also refusing the team leader's good intentions. She turned around and went to the car. She put away the pizza and went back to work. She took out the phone and called her husband again, but only to hear an automatic voice telling her to leave a message. The woman was now tired, bewildered, looking out of the window blankly. She suddenly heard a plane taking off and remembered the lipstick that the flight attendant left behind. But she saw that the lipstick was at the bottom. It turned out that the lipstick was not forgotten. The flight attendant had deliberately thrown it away. The woman just wanted to try, but seeing herself in the mirror, then she felt inferior and threw it away. Then she went to the restroom. Her colleagues were all talking happily inside. She was alone outside, seemingly isolated. Seeing a couple of lovers putting the arm around each other and holding hands together, she thought of her husband again. Not a word from him. Suddenly the manager called her, said that she had not been working well these days, nor mingling with other colleagues. If things kept going on like this, she would be fired. Knowing this, the woman's face showed a sad expression. She could only nod to agree to change herself. After getting out, the woman sat on the chair blankly. Then she accidentally discovered a small teddy bear. She picked it up, dusted it off, putting it in the toolbox. At this time, a mother whose daughter was crying asked her, "Do you see a teddy bear around here?" The woman looked at the little girl who was crying, hesitating for a while, but still lying that she had not seen it. Time accelerated until the shift was over. The woman discovered the bento left behind by the leader. She hesitated for a moment, then threw the paper away and took the bento box. At this time, the leader thought that she had taken the bento box. It meant she had accepted his persistence. So, he came to invite her to have coffee. The woman looked in the direction of the car, then rejected her boss. She quickly got into her car and drove away, going for a while. She stopped and opened the pizza box, discovered the pizza inside was already eaten. So she carefully went to the back seat. It turned out that her two children were sleeping in the car. She gave the bear to the kid to hug. Looking at the situation, we know the woman's husband had abandoned her and their children. They didn't have a house to return to, and the woman could only work day and night. Both the body and the mind of hers were tired. Faced with the advances from her superior, she thought of her two children. She did not allow herself to leave her children. This short film demonstrates when humans lack the material resources to survive, they will deeply appreciate prehistoric times when they could hunt for themselves. The woman was like that when she picked up other people's belongings 3 times, but for herself and her kids, she had to lie. Indeed, a bit of looting, but people could barely blame her. And talk about morality with the indigent mother. Such actions have taken away her dignity. After watching the short film, can you understand the woman's feelings?